Have you ever noticed that the people who navigate life with the most serenity often possess a quiet, understated strength? In a world that constantly bombards us with noise and demands our attention, there's profound wisdom in knowing what to share, and more importantly, what to keep within. The Stoics, masters of inner resilience, understood this implicitly. They recognized that true power lies not in constant self-disclosure, but in mindful restraint. It's a beacon of calm in the storm. As we journey through life, particularly as we enter the decades between 50 and 75, we accumulate a wealth of experiences, both joyous and challenging. Life itself becomes a master teacher, revealing the invaluable lesson that not everything needs to be broadcast. Privacy isn't about secrecy or hiding. It's about self-respect, control over your own narrative, and the cultivation of inner peace. In an age where personal details are often treated as currency, mastering the art of discretion becomes an essential virtue. It's a shield against unnecessary judgment, a source of inner strength, and a pathway to a more authentic and fulfilling existence. Today we'll explore 8 timeless Stoic principles, not as rigid rules but as guiding lights, to help you protect your peace, safeguard your reputation, and navigate life with quiet confidence. These principles aren't about isolating yourself from the world. They're about empowering yourself to engage with it on your own terms, with intention and self-awareness. They're about recognizing that silence at times speaks volumes. Before you share your next personal thought, ask yourself, does this truly serve my well-being? Am I giving away a piece of my power, my emotional energy, unnecessarily? Join me as we uncover the profound wisdom behind keeping certain aspects of our lives private, and why doing so can lead to a more resilient, meaningful, and ultimately peaceful life. Let's delve into the secrets of quiet strength. 1. Age, the wisdom of timelessness. Marcus Aurelius urged us to live each day as if it were our last. He said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Age in our society is often one of the first details people seek. It's a common icebreaker, a seemingly innocuous question. But beneath the surface lies a complex reality. It's a number that carries the weight of societal expectations. Our society often places undue emphasis on youth, sometimes reducing individuals to mere numbers, particularly as we mature. Age can become a label, a filter through which others perceive our capabilities, our relevance, and even our potential future. This is why keeping your age private can be a powerful act of self-preservation. It is more than just a number, it is a tool for judgment. Knowing your age can trigger unconscious biases in others. They might offer unsolicited advice, assume limitations, or view you through a lens of perceived decline rather than appreciating your accumulated experience. Ageism, though often subtle and unintentional, is a pervasive force, even in cultures that profess to value wisdom. The allure of youth often overshadows the profound worth of lived experience. It is an insidious force in many cultures. Seneca wisely noted, "We are always complaining that our days are few, and acting as though there would be no end of them." This paradox highlights our tendency to focus on the quantity of our years, rather than the quality of our experiences. Measuring our lives solely in terms of years is a fundamental mistake. This fixation on age can generate anxiety, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. Others might project their own fears and anxieties about aging onto you, assuming you have limited time left or imposing their own expectations. It's a flawed way to measure worth. What truly matters isn't the number of years behind you, but how you choose to live each remaining moment. By keeping your age private, you liberate yourself from societal expectations. You define your existence unshackled by preconceived notions about what you should be doing at a particular stage of life. Your energy, your passions, your contributions. These are what truly define you, not a number on a timeline. It is about quality of life, not quantity. When you choose not to disclose your age, you invite others to see you for your wisdom, your strength, and your presence, rather than judging you based on arbitrary age-related stereotypes. The Stoics remind us that death is inevitable, but the way we live is entirely within our control. The years behind you are far less significant than the life that continues to unfold within you. Free yourself from preconceived notions. Instead of dwelling on the passage of time, focus on what remains to be done, the contributions you can still make, the experiences you can still embrace. Keep your age private, not out of a desire for secrecy, but out of a commitment to living authentically and defying limiting expectations. Life is measured not in years, but in moments well lived. It's about the depth of your engagement, the quality of your relationships, and the impact you have on the world around you. Choose how to live your life. 2. Finances, the whisper of true wealth. Epictetus wisely stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Money undeniably is a part of modern life, and it's often a sensitive subject. By the time you reach your 50s and beyond, your financial situation may be well established, or you may still be striving for greater security. Regardless of your circumstances, the Stoics teach us that true wealth isn't found in a bank account, but in self-sufficiency, contentment, and the freedom from craving more. True wealth transcends monetary value. Why should you maintain privacy regarding your financial affairs? Because money, whether abundant or scarce, inevitably alters how people perceive you. If you're perceived as wealthy, you risk being seen not as an individual, but as a potential resource. Friends and relatives might begin to expect favors, loans, or outright financial support. Generosity, when it becomes an expectation, ceases to be kindness and morphs into an obligation. Resentment can fester, and relationships that were once genuine may become transactional. Your generosity can be taken for granted. It changes dynamics. Conversely, if you reveal financial struggles, you risk being pitied, judged, or even looked down upon. In a world that often equates success with material wealth, people might assume you've made poor choices or that you've somehow failed. The Stoics remind us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Your worth is not determined by your net worth, but by your character, your wisdom, and your actions. Your worth is not measured in currency. Maintaining financial privacy preserves your dignity and autonomy. It shields you from unfair judgments and prevents your wealth, or lack thereof, from defining you in the eyes of others. The less people know about your financial situation, the more freedom you have to live on your own terms, without external pressures or expectations. It is about freedom. There's an old adage, money talks, but wealth whispers. True prosperity doesn't need to be announced. It manifests in the quiet confidence that comes from living within your means, from appreciating what you have, and from finding contentment in experiences rather than possessions. Whether you have much or little, let your financial situation remain your own business. In silence, there is strength. There is freedom. There is the opportunity to cultivate true wealth, the wealth of a contented heart and a purposeful life. Let wealth whisper, don't let it scream. 3. Family matters, the sanctuary of trust. Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Family is often our greatest source of strength and, at times, our greatest challenge. The bonds we share with parents, children, siblings, and extended relatives are forged over a lifetime, woven together with love, sacrifice, shared experiences, and, inevitably, moments of tension. Every family has its own unique dynamics, its unspoken rules, its misunderstandings, and its untold stories. The wise individual understands that not all family matters are meant for public consumption. Protect your family from outside scrutiny. Why should family secrets remain private? Because trust, once broken, is exceedingly difficult to repair. Sharing disagreements, personal conflicts, or sensitive information with outsiders invites judgment, gossip, and interference from those who don't fully understand the complexities of your family's history. Struggles that could have been resolved internally can escalate into public spectacles, and wounds that might have healed in silence are reopened by the opinions of those who were never part of the story. Once trust is broken, it's hard to fix. Epictetus reminds us that we cannot control the words or actions of others, but we can control our own responses. He famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." When it comes to family matters, silence is often the path of wisdom. Speaking too freely about internal conflicts not only damages relationships, but also robs family members of the dignity and respect they deserve. Listen more than you speak. Keeping family matters private doesn't mean ignoring problems or suppressing emotions. It means handling them with discretion, addressing conflicts directly with the individuals involved, rather than broadcasting them to the wider world. It means creating a safe space for open communication within the family unit, where vulnerability and honesty are valued. Handle conflict with discretion. As we grow older, we may reflect on past mistakes, moments of regret, or unresolved tensions within our families. But by protecting the sanctity of the family, we create an environment where healing remains possible, where relationships can evolve without the burden of external judgment. Honor your family not by revealing its struggles, but by preserving its trust, its privacy, and its opportunity to find resolution in its own way. Allow for healing to occur. In a world that often thrives on oversharing, the greatest act of wisdom is knowing when to remain silent, when to protect the bonds of family from the corrosive effects of external scrutiny. True strength lies in handling family matters with grace, discretion, and a deep respect for the privacy and dignity of each member. Silence is the ultimate protector. 4. Health, the fortress of well-being. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Health is one of life's great equalizers. No matter how strong, successful, or wise we become, we are all subject to the natural processes of aging and the potential for illness. By the time we reach our 50s and beyond, managing our health often becomes a significant priority. Some may grapple with chronic conditions, others may rely on medications, and many undergo various treatments to maintain their well-being. Take control of your mind and reaction. While health is a common topic of conversation, the intimate details of your personal medical history are best kept private. Why? Because revealing too much about your medications, treatments, or health conditions can subtly alter how people perceive you. The moment you disclose an illness or condition, you risk being seen primarily through the lens of that ailment, rather than as a complete, multifaceted individual. You are more than your ailment. Conversations that once revolved around your experiences, wisdom, and insights may gradually shift toward discussions about symptoms, treatments, and concerns over your well-being. While the intentions of others may be well-meaning, this shift can be limiting, reducing you to your health status. You are not merely a patient, you are a person with a lifetime of knowledge, skills, passions, and contributions. Don't let your health define you. Furthermore, sharing your health concerns often invites a deluge of unsolicited advice. Friends and acquaintances may suggest alternative remedies, extreme diets, or miracle cures, often with little or no scientific backing. While these suggestions are usually offered with good intentions, they can be overwhelming, misleading, and potentially dangerous. Unsolicited advice can be dangerous. The Stoics remind us that external circumstances, including our health, are not entirely within our control. However, our response to those circumstances is, Seneca wisely observed, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Maintaining privacy allows us to focus on our response rather than on external perceptions. Focus on your reaction, not perception. Another crucial reason to maintain privacy is to protect your peace of mind. When others know too much about your health, it can lead to unnecessary worry, judgment, or even pity. Some may begin treating you differently, assuming limitations where none exist. Others may view your struggles as a reflection of weakness when, in reality, managing health challenges often requires incredible resilience. Protect your peace. By keeping your medical matters private, you maintain control over your own narrative. You decide how you wish to be seen on your own terms, not through the filter of someone else's concern or preconceived notions. This doesn't mean you should suffer in silence. Seeking professional medical advice and confiding in trusted loved ones is essential for support and guidance. But broadcasting your health struggles to a wider audience often does more harm than good, creating unnecessary anxiety and potentially eroding your sense of self. Control your narrative. The Stoics teach us that true strength is not found in lamenting our burdens, but in carrying them with dignity, grace, and a quiet determination to live life to the fullest, regardless of the challenges we face. Your health is yours alone to manage and protect, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Share wisely, guard your peace, and always remember that your true self is far greater than any medical condition or treatment. Carry your burdens with dignity. 5. Sexuality and intimacy, the sacred garden of connection. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Sexuality and intimacy are profound aspects of the human experience. It's not merely about physical connection, but about trust, vulnerability, emotional depth, and the unique bond shared between two individuals. Intimacy is more than physical. Contrary to societal misconceptions, intimacy doesn't fade with age, it evolves. For many, love and connection become even richer as the years pass, shaped by shared experiences, mutual understanding, and a deeper appreciation for companionship. The wisdom of aging often allows us to embrace intimacy with greater authenticity. It grows with time, yet in a world that often sensationalizes or stigmatizes the intimate lives of older adults, discretion is not just wise, it's necessary. The Stoics remind us that what is sacred should be guarded with care. Intimacy is a deeply personal matter, not a subject for public discussion or casual speculation. When details of one's private life are shared too freely, they become subject to misinterpretation, judgment, and even ridicule. People impose their own beliefs, biases, and assumptions, reducing something deeply meaningful to mere gossip or speculation. Protect what is sacred. Keeping your intimate life private isn't about shame or repression, it's about respect. Respect for yourself, respect for your partner, and respect for the sanctity of the bond you share. Seneca wisely advised, "Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones." Speaking too openly about one's romantic life can erode the very foundation that makes it special. Intimacy flourishes in privacy. It's nurtured by the quiet trust and understanding between two people, not by the opinions or judgments of the outside world. Let intimacy flourish. When you reveal too much, you risk allowing others to intrude upon something that should remain exclusively between you and your partner. The opinions of others become a distraction from the deeper, more meaningful connection you are building. Don't let others intrude. Furthermore, as we age, our desires and needs may change, but the importance of dignity and discretion remains constant. Sharing too much can invite unnecessary scrutiny, potentially turning something deeply personal into a subject for public debate. Maintain dignity and discretion. By keeping your private life just that, private, you maintain control over your own narrative. You protect the intimacy you share from external judgment, and you create a space where your relationship can flourish without the weight of outside expectations. The Stoics teach us that wisdom lies in restraint, that strength is found in silence, and that true fulfillment doesn't require validation from others. Find fulfillment within. Let your intimate life be a source of joy, connection, and mutual support, not a spectacle for public consumption. Protect what is sacred, and in doing so, preserve its meaning, its beauty, and its power to enrich your life. Let it be a source of joy. 6th, charity, the unseen hand of kindness. Marcus Aurelius urged us, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. It is not to be lived by reference to others, but by following the inner light." True generosity needs no audience. Giving, whether in the form of money, time, or support, is one of the highest expressions of human virtue. Yet in a world where public recognition is often mistaken for genuine virtue, the quiet act of charity has become increasingly rare. Let your actions speak louder than words. The Stoics remind us that goodness is its own reward. The moment we seek praise or recognition for our generosity, we dilute its purity, shifting the focus from helping others to bolstering our own ego. A donation made in silence carries far more weight than one accompanied by fanfare. It speaks to an inner strength, a commitment to doing what is right simply because it is right, not because it is noticed or applauded. Goodness is its own reward. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, warned against giving with the expectation of gratitude, stating that a benefit is rendered worthless by the expectation of gratitude. The moment charity is tied to the desire for recognition, it loses its nobility. A truly virtuous person gives without the need for acknowledgement, without meticulously tallying favors, and without seeking reciprocation. Give without expectation. To give quietly is to give freely, unburdened by the need for external validation. It's an act of selfless service, motivated by genuine compassion rather than a desire for praise. This kind of giving is a reflection of inner integrity. Give freely and selflessly. Beyond personal integrity, keeping charity private also protects those we are helping. Not everyone wishes to be seen as a recipient of aid. Many people take pride in their independence, and publicizing their struggles can inadvertently rob them of their dignity. By giving discreetly, we allow others to maintain their sense of self-respect. The most meaningful acts of kindness are those that lift others up without making them feel small or dependent. Protect the dignity of others. In the end, the true measure of charity lies not in its public recognition, but in its tangible impact on the lives of others. The best gifts are often those given in silence, and the most powerful acts of kindness are those that remain unseen. Wealth, time, and resources are merely tools. Their true value lies in how we use them to alleviate suffering and improve the lives of those around us. The impact matters most. Let your generosity be a reflection of your character, not a performance for the world to see. Give with a quiet heart, motivated by compassion and a genuine desire to make a positive difference. And let the impact of your actions speak for itself. Let your actions speak. 7. Honor. The quiet strength of integrity. Epictetus wisely stated, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Honor is not something you demand. It's something you earn through consistent actions and choices over a lifetime. It's not built on empty words or boastful claims, but on a foundation of discipline, integrity, and quiet strength. React with integrity. By the time we reach our 50s and 60s, we have likely accomplished a great deal, raising families, building careers, contributing to our communities. However, the Stoics teach us a crucial lesson. True honor requires no announcement. It speaks for itself through the way we live our lives, the values we uphold, and the respect we show to others. True honor needs no announcement. In a world obsessed with self-promotion and instant recognition, it can be tempting to constantly share our achievements, to remind others of what we have accomplished. But the Stoics caution against this impulse, reminding us that true honor is not about external validation, but about internal integrity. It's about living in accordance with our values, regardless of whether anyone is watching or applauding. Don't seek external validation. Seeking constant validation for our accomplishments can lead to a fragile sense of self-worth, dependent on the opinions of others. True honor, on the other hand, is a quiet strength that comes from knowing we have lived our lives with integrity, compassion, and a commitment to doing what is right, even when it's difficult or unpopular. Protecting your reputation is essential, not through aggressive self-promotion, but through consistent ethical behavior and a dedication to living in accordance with your values. Strive to be a person of character, someone who is known for their honesty, their compassion, and their unwavering commitment to doing what is right. Let your actions speak for themselves, and let your reputation be a reflection of the kind of person you truly are. Be a person of character. Remember, true honor is not about seeking the spotlight. It's about living a life of integrity, compassion, and quiet strength. Let your actions speak louder than your words, and let your legacy be one of unwavering commitment to the values that truly matter. Live a life of integrity. 8. Insults. The art of Stoic indifference. Epictetus said, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, 'He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone.'" Insults are an inevitable part of life. Sooner or later, someone will say something hurtful, unfair, or simply untrue about you. The key is not to avoid insults altogether, which is impossible, but to learn how to respond to them with Stoic indifference. Why is indifference the best response? Because insults are, at their core, attempts to control your emotions. The insulter seeks to provoke a reaction, to make you feel anger, shame, or insecurity. By remaining indifferent, you deny them that power. You refuse to let their words dictate your emotional state. Don't give them the satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius advised, begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good and evil. This practice of premeditation helps prepare you mentally for the inevitable negativity you will encounter. It allows you to approach insults with a sense of detachment, recognizing that they are simply a reflection of the insulter's own flawed understanding. Prepare yourself. Seneca offered a practical strategy. Whenever someone has done you some wrong, you should consider immediately what similar wrong you have yourself committed. This isn't about excusing the insulter's behavior, but about cultivating empathy and perspective. By recognizing your own imperfections, you become less reactive to the imperfections of others. Cultivate empathy. Furthermore, consider the source of the insult. Is it coming from someone whose opinion you value and respect? If not, why give their words any weight? As Epictetus pointed out, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit him. Choose your masters wisely. Don't let the words of insignificant people control your emotions. Consider the source. However, sometimes an insult may contain a kernel of truth. Instead of reacting defensively, consider whether there is something you can learn from the criticism. Self-improvement is a lifelong journey, and even harsh words can sometimes provide valuable insights. Extract the truth if there is any. Ultimately, the goal is to cultivate an inner sense of self-worth that is not dependent on the opinions of others. When you are secure in your own values, accomplishments, and character, insults lose their sting. You recognize that they are simply words, not reflections of your true self. Be secure in yourself. Respond to insults with silence, humor, or a simple acknowledgement of the insulter's right to their opinion. The most powerful response is often no response at all. By refusing to engage, you demonstrate your self-control and deny the insulter the satisfaction of provoking you. Silence is a powerful weapon. The Stoics teach us that true strength lies not in avoiding insults, but in mastering our reaction to them. By cultivating indifference, empathy, and self-awareness, we can transform insults from sources of pain into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. These 8 Stoic principles offer a powerful framework for navigating life with greater peace, resilience, and authenticity, especially as we move through the decades beyond 50. Embracing the art of quiet strength, knowing what to share and what to keep private, and mastering our reactions to negativity is not about isolation or secrecy. It's about empowering yourself to live a more meaningful, fulfilling, and ultimately more peaceful life. Thank you for joining me.